All right. Hey, well, in case you're wondering, we would have seen it on TV and all that. There's a war brewing. There is a war brewing.
If you missed
Is
that,
it really a war?
yeah, man.
Or is it two sides blasting the hell out of one side? It's not really a war, is it?
Well, as far as I'm seeing, I just read up a report there saying that the UK, Europe, and somebody else came out and saying, they're a bit saddened by the disproportionate response by Iran compared to what everybody else has been doing. And everybody's like, what do you mean disproportionate? You just killed their leader, their supreme leader, and you expect them to be like, what? Oh, sorry?
Yeah. All right, there's a story on New York Times this morning. Oil prices rose nearly 10% on Monday. That's today.
10%.
Underscoring the economic risks of the widening conflict in the Middle East. The US-Israeli attacks on Iran could severely restrict supplies from a key oil and gas producing region. Even if the disruption is brief, it will almost certainly make energy more expensive worldwide. Magnitude of those price increases and how long they last will depend on what the United States and Israel do next and how Iran responds. Boy, we can't afford it. We can't afford it right now, man.
More rising cost of living.
Because the oil prices take up everything. Huh?
Yep.
The oil is basically
Food.
everything.
Not just Vinland, but all your imported food and all that all goes up.
Because the cost of your freight goes up.
Yep. Everything.
How do we paddle through that? Well, we go find out. Morning, hello.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, morning.
Morning. We spoke of the last week and I was supposed to call in 7:30, 8:30 your time to discuss the situation that I have going in St. Vincent. We still on?
8:30.
8:30 is 8:30.
Call us back at 8:30.
Yeah. All right. Okay, good. All right. So yeah. Light bill. What do you think a light bill gonna look like now?
The man ain't letting go.
Man, let that go, boy. Well, your light bill, if the cost of oil goes up, your light bill goes up because the fuel surcharge will reflect that.
Right.
But as Luke said, your food is gonna go up.
Man, everything is
goes
gonna go up. Everything.
Are we prepped for that? Short answer:
No.
Can we afford it?
No.
Are we gonna?
It would appear. I don't know about you, but it would appear to me that things have got somewhat harder of late. Now, I don't know if that is the post-Christmas and everybody bands their bellies a little bit, but it does seem as if things have got a little tighter for people.
Yeah. Normally,
the supermarkets look a little quieter to me.
Yeah.
The end of month comes and it doesn't look quite as chaotic as it used to.
End of month. Morning.
We follow the fuel surcharge fast. The turbo going chipping right now from fuel surcharge. Now, my thing is, what are we going to do with solar energy? Are we going to try to look at solar and renewable energy to try reduce the impact on our electrical productivity? And just like Luke said, fuel oil is affecting everything. Eh? We have to start to look to plan more. We have to look into solar panel more. We have to look into wind turbines more to try to reduce that, because guess what? Any war could break out anytime, and we putting ourselves in a more vulnerable situation when them things happen. Because
Thing about solar, the cost of the infrastructure to put in is what really turns a lot of people off.
I.e.,
what they're doing is even as a nation, let's say the government decided to do a big solar project. It's millions of dollars, millions and millions.
Cost.
That upfront cost is high, and maintenance of it. Well, I don't know how that goes, but I imagine it's also a bit.
Yeah.
I know that the last time the head of Vinlec was here, he did mention that they were looking to getting into more renewable energy. I don't know how far along they've got with that. I imagine not far enough.
Very far. Only the foundations for the solar panels have been here.
Right. So
this is where
Lomas.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, once again, we're affected by things we can't control, and we just have to live with it. At what point? Because I mean, with the change of a government, I think a lot of people are expecting more positive.
Yeah, but is it the government? Is this on? Is this a
No, this is
government
not
thing?
their
And
fault.
I was saying,
But
is this a
At
government
some
thing?
point, it doesn't matter.
it don't
No,
matter
but
though.
yeah,
Right?
people didn't want to hear that.
Times hard,
Yeah.
times harder.
Yeah.
And if there's only if you have to kind of keep things in your control, and what happens is
It just restricts your scope for anything. Huh?
yeah.
Tighter money gets.
I call it morning. Yeah, morning.
Hello.
Hey, morning.
I hear all the mentioned solar panel in Lomas Day.
Mm-hmm.
All of them take up, and we don't know where it go to. It's just poles there now.
What do you mean kick up?
No, I think when he was here, he said that they needed to be taken up, and
They're updating.
they're updating everything. Yeah.
Yeah, but just only poles are there
Oh,
now.
okay.
Yeah.
Foundation
All right.
new panels.
Sorry, I just didn't understand kick up.
No, it's a take up.
Take up.
Oh,
Okay, boy, you hear, boy.
I thought you said kick up.
Yeah, something living in them phones here, boy.
You know what that is?
Kick 'em.
Gotta buy you a new pair of headphones for your Christmas.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. Who you hear
Next
that,
year.
but
Yeah, man.
yeah, I don't know. Who you hear this. So yeah, so that's what it means. That means now that Vincennes now will have to live under more constraint as it relates to money.
So it says here in the same article, by Sunday, the flow of tankers carrying energy or oil products through the Straits of Hormuz, a narrow waterway off Iran's southern coast, had slowed to a trickle. About 1/5 of the world's oil and a significant amount of natural gas usually pass through that choke point daily.
1/5.
1/5.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? If you think about it, that oil doesn't make it to our region, so why should it affect our prices?
Because that's not how oil prices work.
right,
yeah.
exactly, which is weird. Because
Not really.
No,
Not
really.
really.
supply and demand.
the major purchasers of that particular oil is
Probably.
India, China, and there's another country around there. I think it's in Southeast Asia.
Mm.
But why should their supply getting limited affect our prices when
because-
our supply is still the same?
No, but that's not how oil prices work.
I know it's not, but I'm arguing the point. It don't make no sense.
If I can't get it from Iran, I have to get it from somewhere else now. I have to
Yeah.
put in some level of thing,
That
which
puts
means
a level of competition on the
which
stuff
means-
coming from our side.
right. So I don't have enough. I have to now put up the price so that supply and demand.
But you do realize, right, that is all a facade, the supply and demand argument, because what they're doing is they buy these oil to stockpile, not really to use, because a lot of these countries also produce oil, eh?
Yeah, but stockpiling or using it, still moving, man. Supply and demand.
Price still going up.
The price still going up.
Argue that when you try to fill up your car.
Yeah.
Right. I going back to my $25. Yes. Give me $20.
And she's gonna say to you, "You want the gas or not?"
Exactly.
All right?
I'll tell you though, a country like Barbados, who I think they're now 100% electric on their government transport system, must be smiling. Huh? I don't know if
Well,
not
the
smiling.
prices still go up though. Huh?
Yeah, but I
Maybe
mean,
not
like,
buying so much.
let's say right that it gets to catastrophic levels, which I don't know if it'll ever get to that here. But let's say the price of oil gets so expensive that people really have to reconsider driving every day. A public transport system would alleviate a lot of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, it's an alternative.
It's an alternative,
Yeah.
and they're in a position where it's electric.
When your like Vinlic prices go up, gas prices go up, does it change how you use it? Do you drive less?
No.
No,
Nah.
You put on your
Nah.
do you put your AC on
Nah.
on a higher temperature?
What I do though is that gas price is gone up. If my tank normally I roll with a full tank, from the time I break like quarter, I don't let go to half. I full back up. Okay, cost me less. If you understand what I'm
it
saying.
really costs you
It
less.
doesn't cost
No, it
you
will cost me less.
No, it don't cost you less.
No, it
I
doesn't.
think it cost me because why I say it cost me less. Okay,
Maybe you're plugging out
that's-
less money at one point.
well, yeah, but it cost me less. As opposed to if I go half tank
Ah,
and let it go back up the road.
Chris, that's a psychological
it's like
I know,
yeah.
Let me mind trick me.
It costs you no less.
Let me mind trick me.
But would you yeah, well, I mean, would you drive less? Would you go
Nah.
like, instead of going out to Georgetown? Would you?
It depends on how high it gets. I believe there's a point where I would start driving less.
Really?
Let's say it
Yeah,
goes
man.
up by 20%.
I can't gauge it like that. I know that if I put in
How much does your car take to fill?
140,
And do you normally fill it or you put 100 in?
Fill it. I have money like that.
You
$50.
fill it?
$50 at a
$50.
time, son.
Yeah, but when you put $50 in, it's harder to gauge what the actual price change is.
No, but I know how many pegs I'm supposed to get from 50. When the pegs start to get less and less,
Yeah, you know something. man,
Chris
yeah.
can't call me for good. No way. I go and pick me up.
and in all honesty, that's how I check mine.
Yeah,
check the
know.
bars.
I know how much pegs I'm supposed to
yeah.
get for this amount of money.
Somebody just raised a good point here, right?
Mhm.
Kelroy Sutherland. Based off of what I was arguing, why when they choke off the oil over the prices go up? Hey, Kelroy, now. Why when there's a major new oil discovery, the prices don't go down?
Prices
Because
never
they
drop.
choke it.
Prices never drop.
Bro, and like somebody on the YouTube is saying,
Oil prices
oil is the
are
only commodity that works like that.
oil prices are largely manipulated.
Yeah. And we fall for it.
But
And-
listen, when
and
they
it's crazy
when they
that
get
we're
that
not-
opportunity to carry them up, they're up.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's crazy that as a Caribbean, we know that we're reliant on this commodity. Why aren't we pushing heavier to go into cleaner energy, cleaner alternatives?
Let me ask something.
Because we can't afford to.
How does a Guyana oil work?
You don't come by us.
Like, what's happening
remember
there?
The Guyanese don't have this vision of making the Caribbean greater.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And remember, it's companies like BP and
Yeah.
Chevron.
I know the Guyana themselves don't seem to actually control the oil.
Yeah.
But still, though, I mean,
I don't think they refine it there either.
no. It's going as raw material to
Mm.
somewhere else, and there
Yeah,
couldn't
well,
have been something put in place.
You want Maduro and Chavez back?
Right?
What?
They take a call here and see what we're doing. Morning.
Hey,
Hey, morning.
but I was reading something last night about that whole war with Trump and Israel and them.
Mhm.
Trump is secretly attacking China, but China is not bothering with him because remember the Venezuela thing, that was all to do with China and the oil agreement that Venezuela signed with China. And Iran just signed a big oil deal with China again.
Mhm.
And that's why they move in. But China is not bothering with him because China already stated that once he comes direct to him, they're not going to back down. But he's actually trying to put pressure on China. That's what he's actually doing.
You don't think it's about little girls?
What? Huh?
You don't think it's about little girls?
Nah, Trump ain't care about that. Trump ain't care about that.
Man, that's
Yeah,
all
I
Trump-
think-
I believe that's all he cares about. Other than
Nah,
money.
he ain't care about that, man.
All right.
Quessy is still there?
Uh,
Oh shoot!
no.
I was gonna ask him
Taxi prices going up.
if it goes up, if like gas prices goes up and he carries up his taxi prices, if the oil, if gas then goes back down, does he drop his taxi prices? Sometimes it
That's
fluctuates.
not what it does, but the
Yeah.
taxi prices don't go
The
down.
taxi prices don't go down.
You,
though.
you got bet your house on that one. Yeah, yeah, they go down. Talking of taxes, we have to talk about. I went to Sandals for the